Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Land Play Slay the Spire. It's an early day today. It's only, I mean, you can tell for yourself, they roll over at like 5 p.m. Pacific, so it's 8:14 a.m. on a Tuesday. I woke up early, dropped my car off at the freaking shop. Like, we're on dangerous levels of daddom right now. Originally, I was thinking maybe we'd do more Watcher Ascension, but then I thought to myself, you know what? We got the Watcher here on the daily, so why not learn something? Specialized, Vintage, and Midas. Okay, let's remind ourselves. Let's see what Specialized gives us. Deceive Reality actually seems like a pretty strong card to have 5 copies of. I don't know if this will count for Collector, but... And we learned something about the way that you approach this character now. You know, I think at least... Namely, I'm a little bit more comfortable with stances. So normal enemies will drop relics now. So there's a temptation to fight as many enemies as possible, but we also want to fight the question marks, or go to the question marks, so that we can maximize that bonus. We want to get 1 rare and remove it, maybe. We'll give it a try, right? I mean, dude, the fact that safeties get stored is kind of amazing. I mean, I think you know what I'm looking for, really. Which is, like, if we can make retained cards cheaper, then we're off to the freaking races. So let's do the math. Time is important, but 9 damage takes you to 33. We'll have 3 energy remaining. 12, 12, 12, you're dead. Look at that. Okay, so we're starting to get the math, you know, typified. It's locked into the old cerebrum. It feels good. I do believe the question marks will be important. You might not believe me, but I believe me. Let's buy an HP relic. The reasoning is there is an HP, a bonus you get for having, point-wise, for having HP above a certain level. The only thing I would say about that, I bet we're going to be able to kill you here. The only thing I would say about that is you got to start kind of grinding for that pretty early, which is why I'm trying to do exactly that. We need 2 strikes. We just need 2 attacks, man. It's a little absurd, but you know what? We're getting a great little engine going here between the safeties and the Deceive Realities. So we definitely want the question marks. More combat is not bad. Necessarily. So you're doing 12? Check this out. There's 13. I think it's important to keep those safeties around as much as possible. Eruption's kind of an interesting one. We'll definitely get a kill. I think we could do it like this. You know what? I'm not sure we are going to get a kill. I regret everything. 24. Can we get to... We can get to more than 24, that's for sure. Or we can get to 24 exactly and keep 2 safeties in hand. I'm stunned by the quality of this deck right now. Surely I can't be the only one that's looking at this and is like, you know, all of a sudden I think I finally understand why Deceive Reality might be so good. What's the meat and potatoes of it? Well, the fact that it gives you 4 block kind of sucks, but it does insert it into your hand, the safety. It inserts that into your hand instead of inserting it into your deck, which means you can get 16 block for 2. Or if you don't need it, you can just, you know, hang with it, which is nice as well. What are you doing next turn? You do like 20 damage, which will be 40 damage. I mean, here's what I think you do. I think you gotta pop out of this. I think you gotta smack. And then we can always use our safety potion on the next floor. Or stance potion, I should say. Because you're doing 36 damage. Realistically, by the way, I think... So we need to get to 18 block. Just work with me here. We'd like to become calm. Defend takes us to 17. And I think we'll do it like that. I really like having a safety in hand. I think it gives us like the best chance of getting out in front of this in the future. This sucks pretty bad. Because we gotta do the exact same thing. But you know what? I'll take an energy potion and do a little bit of that. We're hoping to get Eruption on this next turn. Oh, that's a slap in the face. That is what that is right there. So lower dex is gonna suck pretty bad. The perfect is gonna be mighty tough. I almost feel like we gotta do an Eruption just to, like, get out of this. Like, I don't understand how we kill you without that. Because we're doing so little damage. Like, it's actually kind of sad. So we basically, I'll admit, we essentially gave up on the perfect there. But I did it because I was actually worried, and I know it doesn't look like that right now. And we didn't even really get, like, that much out of this by doing it, by the way. But I was worried that we would actually lose the fight. And I'm still, like, I wouldn't say I'm worried that we're going to lose, but I'm kind of like, you know, this run is pretty devastating right now. Like, we're taking 26 damage on this turn. You know what I'm realizing is that because we're not getting cards, we have, like, so few attacks. So we actually are suffering pretty badly right now. Which certainly makes it seem like a signature move could actually be used. I'm willing to give it a try. And we're not going to end up with a 50-card deck. 35 would be a miracle in and of itself. So, what, 9 damage plus 12 would get you? How are we going to get to that last plus 12? I'm glad you asked. We definitely want to be able to enter Calm. Or, you know what, actually, just being able to store a safety is fine here. You just keep attacking turn after turn, but we're going to have the damage because we're going to be able to become Calm. Or even better, there's 60 damage for you. Okay, so I'm becoming a believer. Damaru. Okay, so the longer a fight goes on, the better, because we get Mantra. Vira is really nice. Just for peace of mind, I think that resting makes a lot of sense. An early and well-handled signature move perfects you. Which is what I'm going to do. And I'm actually going to save this miracle in case we can use that to spend enough... Yikes. Look, we're just going to do the math. We're not going to do the math. We're just going to send it. 40 damage. Okay, go ahead and hit me for 16. We've got you in lethal range for signature move. We just need to actually be able to play it. Just sucks we didn't draw it earlier, but life goes on. I think we see what we got going on here. Wheel kick seems good, but you know what? I know that this is a bit quirky for a daily. I don't think we actually add cards at our earliest. And you know what? Let's get this out there for the future. I don't think we add cards at our earliest convenience anymore. I think it makes more sense to try to keep this as thin as possible. I think we'll get more perfects just from being able to play signature move reliably. I am stupid. I didn't even do the math. I forgot we were weak, but you know what? Got out of it with a potion. So we want big relics here. I mean, Apotheosis and then removing it later is something, but whenever you shuffle, whenever you enter a shop, heal, every 10th attack does double damage. I'm a believer there. Apart from that, I'm like, you know what? Enter Divinity Stance. It seems like a very reasonable way to maybe get a perfect on our boss fight. This would be a good time to have a potion left over. To have an explosion potion. Oh well. Yeah, oh well. There's no way we're getting to 5 energy. So you just start here. And I think you play one of those, and then... I mean, it's not wonderful. I definitely look at like a flex potion, like that might be high on my list. These guys are going to get roasted by the thorns anyway. Anyway, so what I'm basically saying is we're going to try to play this like a hybrid, and you're doing 21 damage. We're going to play this like a hybrid daily and Ascension run. So what do I mean by that? Well, we're not going to go for the Collector bonus. I actually think a super thin deck with few attacks plus signature move, for me, probably represents, like, the single best way for us to get to perfects on elites and bosses. Mostly elites, because our bosses won't die in, like, a single hit. Just in general. but signature move will absolutely tear up, like, most elites in the game, I think. That fight went just fine. Who would have thought? Eternal Feather, you know, we're resting anyway, but it's nice. Okay, so don't forget to use your potions here. This is the big one. You probably want to enter Divinity when you have... I'm just thinking if anything else is useful here. You probably want to enter Divinity when you have a signature move ready. I think we can make it work here. So let's just do the math. We'll do 10. You'll be at 123. Then signature move will do like 90. We need to use the miracle to make it happen. Actually, it'll do 62. Which would leave you at 61. Oh, because we were already in... Okay, I understand. We were already in Eruption, so I was tripling from Eruption when I should have tripled from base. So, I think you actually have to use your Cerebrum here and recognize that although I would love to play this, because it is like one of our only damage dealers, I think the time is not right. And it pains me, because that means we essentially, like, wasted that turn. And that potion that we spent 100 on. But it is what it is. Then I'm like, okay, you're also going to do 70 damage, which is pretty bad. But what if I... What's 19 times 3? Hold on. So that's 57. 57 takes you to, like, 66? It's a terrible amount of HP for you to have, quite frankly. But it's the only way we get out of it, right? Because Vigilance takes us to 9 block, you do 35 damage. And then 22. You know what? We can actually get there. If we go Vigilance, Safety, Miracle Potion. There's 35. This is, okay, great stuff. A signature move that's just chilling. You love to see it. We're getting ready for, like, a flex potion pop in the future. And again, you might think I'm crazy. I'm, like, a big fan of having as many safeties as possible. I even thought about using our miracle, but it is what it is. Pen Nib is available. We're gonna have to break you next turn. And I think that's totally okay to do. We just need an attack, please. Yes, this is great. So we will probably flex potion. Eruption. Hitcha. Look, nobody's more surprised than me that this actually appears like we are going to get the perfect. The scores on today's daily were quite high, by the way. So I'm not saying I got the right idea here, but I seem to... It seems like it could exist on this run anyway. I'm not a believer in this, man. I mean, I guess I'm a believer in Deus Ex Machina to give us more... And we want the elites, I suppose, but I'm a believer in the seed. I'm not a believer in my run right now, but I could be persuaded. So we want, again, question marks. Even though relics are worth something, we want question marks. I see a very nice question mark plus shop path here. Okay, so it's not your ideal first turn, to put it mildly. You know what you do here? You actually just deceive reality again. And now we got 3 safeties in hand for the future, which is quite nice. We don't have a signature move. We do have vigilance plus a safety. Now we've got some energy stored for the future. I was going to say, at some point signature move's going to pop. It's not going to do that much damage, but we got enough miracles in hand that I'm not sweating it. Like, that's... Is worth something to me. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we, right? So I don't think we're killing you. And if we're not killing you, then I'm a simple man. I'd like to maintain my perfect. It's certainly not a fast run. But, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, this only does 1 damage if we sneak it through, so call me crazy, but I'm not a believer in that. Just keep those safeties coming. We win over time due to a combination of... let's go. A combination of, like, pen nib, signature move, our mantras getting higher and higher. You know how it goes. So I actually think we just want to let this guy, like, burn himself up. And we hope to maybe start with a signature move, pen nib on our next turn. Whenever you add a card to your deck, gain 9 gold. Seems optimistic, but okay. I think we are big believers in intangible, and why not lantern? You know, 4 energy turn 1. Our turn 1s are already pretty good, but let's upgrade all strikes and defense. We don't get too many opportunities to upgrade. I know I said I'm a big believer in intangible. That fell out the window. I mean, you're gonna laugh at me. I don't think we're getting curses on this deck. I think our deck is predicated upon getting it to work in a different way. So let's see. You got 32 damage coming out. I'm actually optimistic that we can get to 32. So it looks something like this. That's 18. 23. That's 32. And I really don't want to use pen nib. I think a signature move is going to be so much more valuable. Of course, in order for it to be valuable, one of the interesting things about it is that you have to draw it. I don't know if we've talked about that before. So we can do like 20 and then 20. And then we'll have no energy left, and we'll have to use like a buttload of potions. Can we get to the blocks we're looking for? I really don't want to get whatever this is, or that for that. I think you just keep adding wounds to my deck. So this is 27. We can get there in 3, for sure. We could vigilance. No, because you don't want to be in an erupted state. I want to make it clear, I'm not a huge fan of this. But I'm telling you, signature move is gonna start to work us out of this. The vulnerability is really bad. Like, really terrible. But this is why I kept the block potions around. It sucks that we have to play a strike. So signature move is going to do 36 damage. We should strike whoever we wish to strike down. Which I think is you. It actually is doing 31 damage. So, you know, good looking out. Little surprised we got there without the use of a potion. Certainly, you know, concerned for the future when we start drawing a bunch of garbage. You're doing 19 damage. Okay, so, like, again, we're starting to build something. It's not going to be a speed run, but that's okay. 19 damage. Okay, well, you know. I don't know if I've ever been happier with Bronze Thorns than I am right now. We're actually intangible on this turn. So as long as we're able to play 1 block, we should be okay, right? I mean, we can't really erupt then, because it does 10 damage. It puts us in the eruption state. We're going to draw too much next turn. You might laugh at me. I think we plan for our future by playing the vigilance instead, so that we actually have weakness, or not weakness. What's the word I'm looking for here? You know the word I'm looking for. Oh, so we have calm in our future. Yeah. Thank you. And again, preserving this safety. Oh, we don't have an option there. We got to play. Okay. We weren't even able to play signature move. We're learning a lot about the deck on this one. You know what else we're learning is that we are at a perfect state. So I'm not sweating it too much. It's maybe the slowest... oh, we got Mantra, man. It's like the slowest elite fight you could ever have, but it was a perfect. Both Deceive Realities get upgraded. I'm very happy. I do think... Like, I'm not 100% sold on Cut Through Fate, but Scrying... Wait, go here. I will fight you. Scrying to get to, like, a signature move draw that's preferable for us. It seems very nice. We can only really do this. Like, we gotta smack ya. Which means we're gonna be at, like, -2 dex. Call me crazy on that one. But I think life goes on. We're 2 away from Pen Nib. We killed an enemy by default. We definitely would like you to die. We got Pen Nib. Oh my god, coming through in the frickin' clutch, man. And we're in the eruption state. I mean, this, in my opinion, this is another elite fight, right? Like, is this not another perfect elite fight? Fairy in a bottle? Hope I don't need it. I feel like a bowling bash is at least an attack. So there's something to like there. And our deck is not too thick. That is... It's a comical statement. I can't believe you would even suggest it. This is a very tough one for me. Because if we enter Eruption, we can play Signature Move, but we will take damage. Because there's no way we're blocking, you know, 42 damage. 21 is pretty conceivable. Just like that. Keep in mind, we do have Divinity. Like, we have a Divinity Potion. I don't know what we're going to do about it, but we do have one. Okay, so this does 10 damage. We're not even close to Pen Nib. So you got to die. You got to... Okay, so here's how you do it. You do it like this. You do it like this. We smack you. Getting the safety in hand is of the utmost importance. We got double miracles out here. You're doing 27 damage. Is actually, like, comically easy to get around that. I think, I don't know if it's going to be relevant, but I do think that, like, entering Calm makes a lot of sense. Where are we at on Intangible? One more turn till Intangible. Just don't draw a signature move. Okay, fantastic. That's all we wanted to see, was no signature move. Because if we can draw a signature move on this turn, we should be able to get to lethality. We didn't draw it on this turn, just for the record. But check it out. There's Pen Nib. We do need to play a Defend. We don't want to play any more Deceive Realities. Are we definitely drawing it? Yeah, alongside like 25 other attacks. Which is bad. However... Don't weaken me. I'm like, if we could just pop the Mantra Potion here. Do we even need to? I don't think we need to. I think we can just do this. And then you get roasted and toasted. I think that the key for this run, Akabeko, is kinda sick, man. I'm a believer in the potential of Fear No Evil as well, but I guess I'm not, because I just skipped it. And that was on purpose, but I think that one of the... Oh, let's go. One of the conditions for this run, like a kill condition, is going to be... Signature move? Nope. Can we get Pen Nib and Eruption, like, on the same turn to just ruin the enemy's life? And I think if we can get that going, like, very few single enemies are going to be able to stand up to, like, a signature move Pen Nib extravaganza. So I'm just stupid, is what it comes down to. I did not even do the math. I just thought there's no conceivable way you wouldn't die based on that. Feel like a signature move getting stronger, or alternatively, if we could get like some way to create vulnerability, that would benefit us. Our relics are off the chain though. 6 energy on this turn, huh? How about one of these? We're only gonna need 3 block. Oh, that was Pen Nib. It's okay. 62 damage on that. That's a great first turn. Swift Potion. I'll take it instead of Fairy in a Jar, honestly, which is a bit... I don't know if it's high risk, because I really think our odds of needing the potion are quite low, but it's... Obviously, there is... if it goes wrong, it's going to go catastrophically wrong. So, could I... If I could kill an enemy, I'm feeling somewhat optimistic. And I think we could definitely kill an enemy. So I'm gonna be a bad dude now. I'm just gonna like think about the consequences of my actions later. I'm a rebel. 28. Can we get there? Absolutely. So that's 30. I'm willing to play a miracle just to get another like safety in hand. I think this has done really well for us in getting to perfects. So I'm a believer in this. 22 damage for each enemy in combat. That's what you like to see. I really don't see us getting the signature move, but I really don't see that mattering, apparently. And I'm hoping... we're skipping a lot of potential bonuses, like curses especially. We have a stance potion. You know what I should be thinking about? What about the opportunity to use that stance potion to actually just get out of... Eruption if we need to. And then the triple damage is just a bit of a bonus. So I think we might as well pop it. Now we're only taking 16 damage. We could draw a signature move here. We got the energy base. Okay, we're not gonna. Instead, we're gonna get 55 Deceive Realities. But you know what? You could do worse than that. And I'm kind of a believer in getting these safeties in hand as soon as possible, although we're going to overdraw now, which is bad. But we did get signature move. It's only 31 damage. Kind of, like, inconsequential, but... 1, 2, 3. We gotta, honestly, like... I mean, we gotta do it like that, I think, just to make sure we're drawing enough... Or we have enough to draw, I should say. And again, kind of like this is not the turn you're looking for. I think you play 1 Deceive Reality... And then we should have 5 cards in hand. We could have drawn on that turn. That's a good point. We have a draw potion. So that was our intangible turn. A bit of a waste. I think we can erupt signature move. It won't coincide with a pen nib. So this will be 3 energy, 1 energy, and then 48 damage coming in. That's it. Oh, we have to play our strike as well, so I don't think it's gonna be doable. Instead, I'm like, well, I mean, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play it like that. It's a testament to the run that he can't even, you know, sneak through and do any damage here, but trust me when I say, like, I can also understand, you know, if you're like, at some point you gotta do damage to this guy. I agree. But there is a part of me that's also like, do I? We could always... I mean, we're kind of just chilling till pen nib shows up, I think. 18, this does 3. It's not quite as much as I'd like here, so I guess instead we'll pop this. It's not like he's getting any stronger. And our mantra's getting up there. This is like, you know, pretty much exactly what we're looking for, except we can't get a pen nib to pop. But he takes next turn off. We're not going to be mantra'd on the next turn. We're going to be mantra'd the turn after. I don't think we draw here. So we're going to do triple damage on this turn. He's going to do 48 damage, but we're intangible. That's just a happy little accident. And I think you really... 1, 2, 3... So we got 8 cards. We want to try to draw into Eruption. We'll even... 1, 2, 3... We got 8 cards again. I'm going to try to... there's pen nib. We're going to... Signature move, Eruption. Literally nothing, huh? Okay, I'm going to hit you for 45. That's a given. And I think I'm going to play a safety. And then I'm going to get nuts. I'm going to play a Snecko Eye. Do I really want to be in double damage state next turn? Not really, but I do think we're going to draw a signature move. I think this could actually slap. As long as we can play signature move, I'm a happy man. My god, we got the perfect. We had to ride the line a little bit. I actually think that I made a mistake earlier. I think Master Reality is like the dream card for us because it creates perfect... not retains. Perfect, you know what I'm talking about. The card, the sweet defend card that we create so many of. Safety. So I think, like, call me crazy. I think we can take 2, and I think we can remove them over time. You can no longer rest. This seems kind of bad. We have no energy problems, so Slaver's Collar seems good to me. I think we're doing okay on points. It's a bit of a non-traditional daily. I don't see a triple elite path here, by the way. I want to get to 2 shops. This is a 2-shop question mark rich to elite path, which I think is like as good as we're gonna get here. Like Jack Nicholson said in the movie, As Good as It Gets. What if this? This is Richard Nixon now. What if this is as good as it gets? We don't want to see this garbage, man. So, by the way, no one's more surprised than me that our plan appears to be kind of working here. Man, this 17 block safety is kind of sick, huh? Like, we've gotten a lot of perfects. It's obviously not a hard daily. And I say obviously because, like... I mean, look at it. Oh, our miracles get upgraded too. That obviously, like, that's not gonna last, but you know, if it did, my god. But yeah, I feel like the interesting thing about today's daily is that we're doing it our way. We're not just following the flow chart, and I think that's, you know, an adaptability with some puzzle solving is very nice. So I'm gonna dump Deus Ex Machina, just because... And that gave us a relic, right? Because it was a rare? Or it healed us to full, maybe? Or gave us more HP? We have another shop coming up. In fact, no, we'll have probably 1 shop coming up. So we'll remove Master Reality at this one. And that'll be a nice point bonus for us. I do think... I mean, Sands of Time... we need things that do more damage as opposed to... that cost less, I think. Art of War will pay out for us sometimes. Anchor seems fine. I think an Empty Fist is actually really nice to be able to exit exit Wrath with more regularity. I don't think Orichalcum is going to do anything for us, just straight up. A Happy Flower's fine. We have no curses. So you know what? Yeah, go ahead and negate the next 2. Cards containing strike do more damage. I think at that point we might consider just saving. And you know what? Actually, a secret weapon to be able to draw into... We get so much money, by the way, so like this feels right to me. A secret weapon to be able to draw signature move whenever we draw secret weapon. It's basically like putting a second signature move in our deck from the idea of drawing it as fast as possible. I think. Maybe. Okay. So we're going to try to go pretty hard on this. We don't want to see either of those. Another strike. I don't mind just, like, having them all pretty close to death. In fact, I also don't mind just killing one. Makes the next turn that much easier to deal with. Alright, let's see if my problem solving, you know, at 8:48 a.m. is everything that I thought it could be and more. Do we have pen nib? We need to be on this screen. We don't have pen nib, but we're in eruption. You're dead, man. You should be in a Hideo Kojima game, because you're Deadman. It's because he names the characters Deadman and stuff like... You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. You know. Don't pretend. Let's hit you. 5 times 3. Let's hit you. 24. Let's hit you. It's not as much damage as I'd like, but I accept it. I should have played the other Deceive Reality instead, but it's okay. 32 damage. We have a signature move. You're not vulnerable anymore, but let's make sure we draw a defense so we don't screw up signature move, which is only going to do 31 damage. But 31 damage is kind of important for me. You're going to put a curse in my deck, which, like, actually doesn't matter because we negate our curses. Is this, you know, smoke them if you got them, I guess. Do we have an attack? In fact, we have 2 attacks in our draw pile. It's really hard, though, to convince me to be like, yeah, let's not just take 10 damage and get frail. Like, it's so hard for an enemy to actually hit us that I'm of the opinion that we might as well just let them do the 22 damage until we get to lethal. Or a turn like this is fine, although we can't actually, like, sneak through you. But a turn like this is good because we had intangible. We got lots of opportunities to get in there. Let's put it that way. This will kill you because this exit stance. Don't even need to do the math. In theory, I think 4 plated arm. You know what? Like, we should have just. I mean, I don't know. Should we have used the potion? We didn't get hit. It's hard to argue that we needed to use a potion. We didn't face any problems to begin with. I will start with this, and then let's play one of these, and 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 7 cards. Let's draw 3. This is kind of what we're looking for, yes. We'll hit you, and we'll hit you again. Now we have Pen Nib available. Let's exit stance, because 84 damage is kind of sick. And let's get one more safety in hand, and I'm feeling okay. You're still not really doing anything, which seems to be awesome. I'm going to play some cheap cards for a second here because we got some real plays coming in. We need to preserve 3 energy, and the mission accomplished. This would be a great turn to not be weak on, but whatever. Again, it's like our ability to deal damage is not very good. However, the enemy's ability to hit us is functionally nil, so I'm not overly concerned. All comes down to Pen Nib and then, like, turn 10 mantra. People might tell you, like, hey, NL is not, like, the best course of action to base your entire strategy on simply drawing well on a future turn. With, like, one very specific turn deep in the future. Well, if I wanted your opinion, I'd read the comments. Okay, I do read the comments, just so we're clear here. But I'd ask for it, is I guess what I'm... No. We don't need to go... We don't need to get nasty. We're playing our defense, by the way, just to get our slow bonus up there. Again, it would be kind of sick. You do 35 damage, huh? It would be kind of sick to have, like, one more good attack in my life. Instead of just, you know, TikTok Mr. Wick just waiting for signature move to show up at some point in the future and then not really being able to do what I want to do with signature move anyway because we drew strikes on the same turn. But you know what? Maybe I should stop complaining because I really needed that to hit signature move. Well, you know what? If you're asking for another attack, how about this? Give me a through violence in here. Now, we don't need this shop. We have this shop coming up. Question marks give us a lot of utility, potentially. Rip our speed run, by the way, but so be it. We don't care for signature move here. Bowling Bash already is 57 damage. Oh my god, no it's not. It's like 84 damage. Kinda sick. This is 24 damage. This won't kill you, huh? What about a secret weapon? I'm like literally... Oh, dude, just grab the through violence. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? My word. Okay, hold on. I know you're thinking the man has lost his mind. Well, let me tell you. I have not lost my mind. He will die next turn. As long as we draw a single attack, which we did. Juzu Bracelet. I do appreciate the treasure, I suppose, but actually, more combat could have helped me out a lot. Just to being honest there. Okay, you are not going to hurt me. We are on Pet Nib as well. Would you look at that? You're not gonna hurt me. We might as well stay in Eruption. So we're doing great, and it took me a while to feel comfortable saying that, but we are genuinely like doing really well. That was beautiful, man. The one thing I'm thinking is like if we had the capacity to create like some more mantras at some point, that would have been sick. You know what I'm thinking here. Oops. Can I also tell you, like, I still, on top of all this... Oh, you know what? We can exit stance next turn. So originally I was going to be like, let's exit this stance. It's getting a little spooky. But being able to exit stance on the next turn means we could do something like that. Something like this. Now you're doing 20 damage. We got a Pen Nib available. I mean, it's just a dream come true. I think we've didn't really build like a super I'm gonna have to use a potion. You got me. And by got me, I mean I'm gonna have to use a potion. I mean, you're not even an elite, so like I'm not sweating this, but I wish we had taken more mantra. Like I definitely think that more mantra, like if it had shown up, I guess we could still get it in the shop. But to get to divinity faster would be nice, said Daniel. And look at this, man. Look at this, creating all these beautiful safeties here, hitting you for 28 damage, not being able to accomplish anything at all next turn. 45 damage. It's a real testament to where we're at. Block-wise, that 45 damage is like somewhat inconsequential. There's 44. We need the perfect the elite. It pains me to spend so many blocks, but this turn we got intangible. This is a great turn to get eruption going. Absolutely. So you know what we try to do? We try to draw Reach Heaven, which we're gonna do. Then we play it. Then we play Secret Weapon and grab Through Violence. I might actually have figured this one out. 5 extra decks for the boss fight. Add a smite to your hand every turn. It's tempting, okay? It genuinely is. Because we need some more damage. But I don't know. I'm kind of a believer. Like, this deck has... It's not just been good, but like the consistency of it has been fantastic. I'm pleased. So, what are we looking for? We don't need anything for elites. 10 cards, draw a card? Sure. Sure. After that, I mean, you can see how Secret Technique could kind of get us there. We don't really... you know what? Maybe we do need 5 more HP, more than 4 plated armor. I don't know. Like... Sucks that we have to do it in that order. You know, Ritual I'll take for sure. Everything else I do like. Trying to see if there's anything in the discard pile that could really, like, slap for us. Because Through Violence gets exhausted. A Reach Heaven for 0 is kind of sick, but I'm a believer in this. Okay, we might as well buy a relic. I don't know, like maybe we shouldn't because we already have enough, but I guess we should have bought the card that gives us mantra. Do we still have negate the next 2 curses? We do. Okay, look at it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. My mouse has become possessed, but we're upgrading a card every turn. We got rid of our rares. What a delightful little daily. What a nice little puzzle we found ourselves getting involved with. Let's pop our artifact potion. Get 5 decks permanently. Get a power potion. We really don't need that much energy from Diva form. Like, we don't have any X cards that'll pay it off. It's nice, don't get me wrong, but I still think like a Master Reality kind of slaps harder for us. We love the idea of being in vigilance here, sure. And then we get value out of... we might as well pop the ritual potion, yeah. 1 strength per turn is really not that much, but it's something. These guys have lost all of their artifacts as well, just due to the relics that we have. Okay, like this kind of incredible. Certainly, we do like that. We do like this. We do like this. Those safeties are 22 block each. Okay. Certainly, there's a part of me that's like, okay. What about, like, do the math. This is important. Can we get to 26 block? Yes. Can we get to 52 block? Yes, but let's walk it through. Eruption. Secret weapon, and the secret weapon would be Reach Heaven, because we need to make sure it works well with Pen Nib. Although that's not that much. Actually, the secret weapon would probably be Bowling Bash, which would do 44 damage per enemy. We don't have a way to X his stance. That's the principal issue. And in fact, we don't have a way to X his stance for a couple turns. Intangibility's far away. I don't think we play Eruption. I think it's more sensible not to play Eruption. Though it may strike you as a grievous error. Which is your right, by the way. I think that we have made the right decision here. Because perfects are the most important thing for us by far. So there's enough block. We're not actually punching through at all here. So I'll play a Deceive Reality, and you know what, we'll punch through just a little bit. But the reason that I did that was mostly just to increment Pen Nib. These guys do get stronger every turn. I mean, so do we, but there are 2 of them. Let's start here. I know what you're thinking. Eruption's pretty good. I think we leave the hand as is. Maybe we can enter Vigilance and then get through Eruption afterwards. We need to play 2 of these, which means we need 2 energy left. Not a problem. Although, hold on. This does 14, you're doing 32. Okay, in my opinion, I would rather be in Calm then, which allows us to capitalize on some energy in the future, maybe. We're intangible next turn. So if we could Erupt and not take damage this turn, but that would require us to put up 64 block, which is actually not that difficult to understand. I think. Let's walk it through. Eruption is a free card, basically, because we get out of Calm. Strike puts us at 4 energy. Signature move puts us at 2. And then this doesn't quite get us there. Does a weakness potion 24, 48 damage? I don't think a weakness potion gets us there. Would we be okay not playing signature move? Because I gotta run it through, okay? So it would be like Eruption. We'll now take we'll go from 24 to 48 damage. We're only putting up 44 block. So we would have to play another Deceive Reality. Eruption takes us to 5 energy. Strike takes us to 4. Signature move takes us to 2. We take some damage in the process. Okay. Knowing that next turn, though, is... and we're probably going to draw an Empty Fist, yeah, at some point. Okay. I still think you Erupt. I think you do Eruption. And then I know we could get a kill, which is like that's the devastating part here. Wait, no, this would leave us on 3 energy. Because we must have gotten a refund from something. So we played this wrong. We'll play this on you now. We'll have 3 energy remaining, which will take us to more than enough. In fact, we even got more energy back. I don't know what's happening. But I'm quite pleased. And next turn we have Intangibility. Not that he's hitting anyway. Oh, you know what? We do have a Pen Nib available. Look at that. We should have a good chance to draw Empty Fist on this turn, or possibly just kill you. Draw your Through Violence first. Oh my god, look at that. Dude, we really puzzled this one out past the first floor. We did 1223. I don't think that's at the tippy top, but I think it's pretty good. Look at this. So we defeated all 3 bosses without taking damage. That's a huge point bonus. We defeated 5 perfect elites. We fought 7 elites. I think that's pretty good. We got a lot of money. We did get a max HP bonus. We got the basic collector bonus. We went pretty slow. But look at that. We got some unlocks. I forgot Akabek. We had too many relics to pay attention to, quite frankly. Wow, we're actually like way lower than I thought we would be. But I had a lot of fun, and that's worth something. And I'm not even like I'm not upset about this one at all. I had a really good time. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. Just goes to show you, you know, don't disrespect the value of the real daily strategies. It turns out when you try to go your own way, you could have uninspiring results, but a very fun run regardless. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Thanks for all the comments about Slay the Spire coming back. It makes me much more motivated to play it, and I'll see you next time. See ya!